Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all are well. So just want to make a quick recap here on my Suzuki DR650. I just installed the 6.6 gallon Acerbis tank. I did that yesterday. It took a few hours and it wasn't too bad. I'm no mechanic, no certified tech. If I can manage this, anyone can put one of these on, trust me. It had a few moments, not gonna lie about that, but I seem to have accomplished the task. Anyway, after I got it installed, I took it for a short ride. Everything seemed to work. So, just a couple things to point out. I did add another petcock to the tank on the right-hand side here. I drilled into the tank and added this. This connects over to the left side. And the reasoning for that, you can see I've got the fuel line here connected to the other fuel line coming from this petcock. There is a fuel filter in this intake, a small one. I had a bigger fuel filter to put right here, but it just didn't fit with the hoses. So I might get the mesh insert that goes at the opening of the tank. Remains to be seen. Anyway, the reasoning for the other petcock over here coming in from the right hand side is this way I don't have to tilt the bike or anything like that to get the gas from the other side over. I'll just leave both of them on. Should work, no problem, right? Okay, so today I'm going to go for a long ride, like a few hundred miles, and hopefully everything works and I don't get stranded out in the middle of the desert or anything like that. And that's the story. So join me for the ride. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. Let's go give it a shot, eh? All right, full tank. Here we go. So yesterday after the install, I put almost 2 gallons in just so I could ride around. It's just what I had. And I just put 4.5 gallons in at the pump. So she's full. And I should mention that I ride a KLR 650. And if there's a top heavy bike, it's going to be that bike. And thus far, I'm not really noticing the Suzuki being like overly top heavy. So maybe just because I already ride a KLR and I'm kind of used to that, but this doesn't seem to be a problem with the tank. So far so good. It seems to fit really good. Like I'm not noticing any type of wobble. And I'm not touching anything. I got a little slight, there's not much space between the tank and the oil cooler, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But other than that, it's pretty snug, to be honest with you. So we're going to see today, because I'm going to do a lot of riding out on the dirt in the desert, and we'll see if anything happens. So yeah, fingers crossed, right? All right, pushing on. So the plan today is pretty simple. I'm going to ride the dirt north and then west out of Utah into Nevada. My first stretch is, I think, 30-40 miles from St. George here on up into Enterprise, or past the Enterprise reservoirs. I've done multiple videos on this ride, so I'm probably not going to do much filming on this particular section. I'm just going to push on through it. And after that, I'll have a small section of asphalt, then I'll get back on the dirt as I head west. And that section, I think, is maybe 30 miles, 40 miles, I'm not 100% sure, but this is going to take me, I believe it's going to spit me out just below or above the town of Caliente in Nevada. Now, I've never done this route before, so I don't know the road conditions. We just was it Tropical Storm Hillary just blew through here, the remnants of it anyway. We got a lot of water, so the conditions of the roads, they could be all tore up. I don't know. So I may not get that far, to be honest with you. We'll just have to see what happens, but we'll play it by ear as far as that. And I just kind of want to see how the tank, you know, does out in the dirt and the rocks and the gravel and stuff, if it's going to move around or anything like that. I mean, it shouldn't, but it could. Who knows? And then after I get off the dirt at Caliente, I'm just going to take the highways back to St. George. So I'm not going to refill gas. I kind of want to push it all the way back to Enterprise. I'm not sure how far that's going to be, but I mean, I gotta test this out to see how far I get. I've got a couple small bottles of gas on the bike with me, but that's it. So I don't know. I guess we'll just ride and see what happens. So I started out at 1736 on the odometer, and I will check it again once I get to Caliente. So here we go. This is my first stretch of dirt, and I think this is, I don't know, 30 miles, maybe 30, 40 miles, maybe not that far. I'm not 100% sure, out to the Enterprise reservoirs. Alright, just about off the dirt. It's a nice little ride, uneventful. Beautiful countryside out here, no doubt about that. I'm just about to the reservoirs. I gotta take a quick peek at the upper reservoir here, see how much water's still in it. And that's it for the dirt. Momentarily, got a little stretch of asphalt heading west, and then it'll return to dirt. Quick little look. Oh yeah, there's still quite a bit of water in there. Plenty of water to launch a boat. Alright, we're gonna push on out of here and head west. I gotta keep an eye out for these guys. What are you gonna do? Back and forth. Heading west to Nevada. So I have no idea as far as my mileage at this point to get to Caliente from here. I've got a short stretch on the asphalt, and then I'll return to the dirt, and from that point I just don't know. I mean, it could be 30, 60 miles, who knows. All I do know is that I've got plenty of gas for it. All right, that's it. We are back on the dirt. So did get some rain out here. The roads are nice and tacky. I should be able to make good time, I would think, on this road. This is going to lead me into Nevada and ultimately into the town of Caliente. Now off to my right, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see the makings of a thunderhead building. There's going to be weather today. It's monsoon season, and that right there, in an hour or two, it's just the whole sky will be covered. It builds that fast. So there's a distinct possibility I'm going to get into some rain today, which is okay. I brought my other jacket so I can switch into some rain gear if I have to. Maybe not. Maybe I got out early enough that I'll be able to dodge it, but there's always that possibility, especially this time of year. These storms build fast. So at this point, I'm just gonna hang on and head west and see how long this takes. Everything's going fine. The tank looks like it moves a bit in the dirt and gravel, but it's not like coming off or anything, so it's all good. Bike's running fine thus far. Everything's pretty chill. Ooh, still some standing water out here. Well, so far the road's in decent shape. It's not washed out or anything, but these clouds are building quick. Huh. Oh boy, we might get into a downpour coming back. Okay, well, here we go. some signage. 11 miles to Beaver Dam State Park, Bunker Pass. Ooh, so I gotta go through a pass. 24 miles in Caliente, 29 miles. That's not very far. I got ample gas. I got nothing to worry about. I do believe we have just entered the state of Nevada also. So, welcome to Nevada. Ooh. Ruts. Favorite. All right. Now, if I were to go ahead left, that'll take me out to Beaver Dam State Park. I'm gonna go right to Caliente, 29 miles. All right, I don't think I deviate anymore. I think it's just a straight shot from here on out. So at this point, this is all new to me. I've been down that dirt road to Beaver Dam State Park, but as far as forward, never been down any of this. This is going to take me all the way to Highway 93, which will spit me out just above the town of Caliente. It's pretty cool. So here we go. I should also mention at this point that I'm not having any problems with the bike being top heavy. I've pulled over multiple times, riding slow, riding faster. It's really, I'm not really noticing anything. And maybe that's because I also ride the KLR. I don't know, but it's just, it's not bugging me at all. So I know it added a little bit more weight to the bike when I've got a full tank, but honestly, I can't tell much of a difference. I thought I might, but it's really not bugging me out here. Keep an eye out for these guys. They are everywhere out here. Oh, what do we got? I can see in the distance. I bet that's Highway 93. Almost back to the asphalt. This has been a very pleasant ride today. These dirt roads are just fantastic. They're just big and wide. They're pretty tame, pretty chill. So you can just really cruise them. Yeah. Bike's riding fantastic. So we should be getting off the dirt here real shortly. All right, that's it for the dirt. Yep, this is the right road. So you can see the, well, maybe you can't see the camera, that is. Let me slow down a little bit here. But it goes into a canyon down there. That's Highway 93 takes you in there, and that'll dump you into town of Caliente. So it did spit me out just above the town of Caliente. All right, very nice. Oh, it's a little warm down here. I need to get back up in elevation, but it's not too bad. This is great. Where am I mileage wise? I'm at like 90 miles total so far. I don't think I'm going to have to gas up again. I think I can wrap all the way back around into Utah, head back down to Enterprise, take the highway all the way back down to St. George. I don't think I'm going to have to gas up at all on this loop. No problems with the bike thus far. I'm just going to go ahead and push on to the town of Panaca, and we'll go from there. St. George, 93 miles. So I'm just getting into the town of Panaca, and the clouds are building. That's going to be probably a nice little thunderstorm this afternoon. So as the sign just said, St. George is not even 100 miles from here, so there's no need for me to get gas. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool feeling. Peace of mind. There's the weather. It's dumping right over there. It didn't take long to form. Yep. Might be able to dodge this. All right, quick little lunch break, and I'm at 130 miles thus far, so that would be kaput for the stock tank, I believe. Not for the Acerbis tank. I'm gonna keep going and going, and I don't have to refuel at all. Did need some lunch though, so quick little break to eat something, and then about to get on the road. This squall right here is just moving east, so I don't think it should hit me, and I should be okay. There's some lightning coming down over here. I should be fine with that. So far, bikes rode perfectly, no problems. Tank is pretty solid. I'm not noticing any serious wobble or anything. I wasn't off in any gnarly terrain, but you know, the standard dirt road, and it handled just fine. So everything's good to go so far. I'm gonna keep rolling. All right, back on the road. Looking good. Nobody's coming. Looking good. Okay, we have made it to the town of Enterprise, and taking a left right here is the highway that will take me straight to St. George, but I'm having too much fun on the bike. I'm just gonna blow through Enterprise and keep heading west again, and I'm gonna go back out and take the dirt back down into St. George. I don't want to I don't want to end the ride just yet. I'm getting on the highway. I'll be back in St. George in no time, and there's road construction, so no rain. It's already passed, so I'm gonna get back on the dirt and shoot on down that way. I'm hoping that by the time I get home, I'll be at least over 200 miles, and I think I will, or close to it. So far so good. All right. And once again, on the dirt. Sweet. Once again, we are back to the asphalt. Okay, welcome to 200 miles. 200 miles so far with no fill up. That is awesome. Now the big question is, can I go from 200 to 300? That's the question. So the ride today consisted mainly of highway riding, anywhere from 55 to 65, 70 miles per hour. And I'm presuming I've got a significant amount of gas left. Like, I feel like I could probably go another 15 miles comfortably. I'm not sure though, so I'm gonna have to continue my test here. All right, pulling up at exactly 201 miles off this tank. Very nice. Oh yeah, I can hear it sloshing around in there. I still got some gas in there. So the next test, I guess, is I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to put any gas in it, of course. The next ride, I'm just going to start out. I've got 201 miles on this tank. I'm just going to go from there and see if I can get 99 miles. Whatever, on the highway, on the dirt, without running out of gas. So I guess this will be a part 2. The next part will be a shorter video, of course, but that's all I'm going to do. Right now my odometer is at 1937. 1937. I started at 1736, so that's 201 miles. I wonder if we can get straight 300 miles off a tank of gas. That's what we're shooting for. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. We've got lots more content on the way. And as a side note, the bike ran fine. Absolutely zero problems. So all systems go. Folks, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. We will see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.